You're listening to an audiobook from Empower. This is the book Dare to Start by author Manh Cuong. In the printed version, there are various calculation templates that are not included in this audiobook. Please support the author by purchasing the printed book through the link below in the description. Thank you. Competition. A lot of people, when they think of competition, immediately associate it with war, where there is death and people are killing each other. However, I consider competition to be a vitamin for a healthy body. Businesses, just like the human body, require competitive vitamins to act as a catalyst for creativity, employee productivity, and continuous improvement in customer service. There are two basic types of thinking about competition. One, competitive price reduction. This method of competition causes the competitors to lose and the customers to lose as well. So there are at least three losers here. Profits gradually decrease. Once, Swiss consultants and I visited safes making businesses in a craft village. Nearly everyone makes safes there. They make safes almost alike. They just need to look out from the window of their house to see how the neighbors do it, what kind of models they create, and then they can come up with an idea for a new product, just like that. We found it very hard to distinguish between products from different houses here. We also often heard common complaints like, day by day, it is getting harder and harder to run a business. Nowadays, it is not as profitable as it used to be. The reason is that for manufacturers here to be able to sell goods, they use a simple and competitive method, which is to lower prices. Those with the lowest price will sell. To be able to produce at a lower cost, they have to cut production, eliminate product materials, and reduce products. And the word iron is only the very thin outer shell of an inner cement opening. So we have cement safes covered with a thin layer of corrugated iron outside. One day, we entered one of their businesses. The business owner, after calculating the break-even point, was surprised because it turned out that for every safe that left the factory, he lost a little money. If the formula is correct, the selling price of the product was already lower than the production price. He thought his business was profitable. The strategic way of competing by lowering prices is one in which competitors lose together. The biggest losers are probably the customers because they always receive products that are not what they expected. Notice that I'm talking about non-strategic price competition here. The method of strategic price competition always exists to get market share from competitors or to change customer habits and behavior. That method is always valid in a competitive market. However, the difference is in the strategic loss. In the next section, I will cover more about the price competition strategy. In this part, we're only talking about the competitive mindset, which is a part of the development of life. 2. Competition through added value. Before going deeper into business competition, let's talk about the balloon principle. You need to understand that your customers are like balloons. If you do not hold them tightly, the ball will fly out of your hands and into someone else's. Your affection for your customers is always one-sided. You must always love and be loyal to your customers. And customers never need to be loyal to you. Harsh truth, isn't it? Welcome to the world of quality. The customers have the right to leave you anytime they want, but you never have the right to betray them, so be ready at all times. If you want to be successful, you should always be someone who has a one-sided love for your customers. Let's take a look at the evolution of various phone models. The customer represents the balloon. The balloon will take off in search of a better product. Outdated products will be discarded. Therefore, entrepreneurs are constantly innovating to bring more superior products to the world. In the 1980s, probably very few people believed they could do video chat with people on the other side of the world for free, right? We have to thank the competition between technology and telecommunications businesses for making our utopian dreams a reality today. What do they do that for? It is because of the balloon principle that businesses must constantly innovate and research new ways to better serve their customers. If we think of God as the father of everyone on earth, what does he think of his children who are constantly creating and looking for ways to better serve their brothers and sisters' lives? I believe the father will be very happy to see his children continuously improve to serve one another. So, how do you identify your competitive advantages and focus on developing them? In competition, concentrate on your own strengths, focus on what you have, and work on sharpening your advantage. I can have a lot of weaknesses compared to other people. However, if you have one or several advantages, then concentrate on turning it into a competitive advantage. In the previous chapter, I mentioned a list of 13 guiding questions to help you find differentiation and gain a competitive advantage. Here are those 13 guiding questions. Think carefully about each question because it can take your business to a whole new level. 13 guiding questions to find differentiations for a competitive edge. Keep in mind that you do not need to have everything on this list. Consider these suggestions to help you find your unique selling points, USP. Also, you should only concentrate on certain ones to turn them into a competitive advantage. Do you specialize in a particular customer group? Example 1. Specializing in men's hair, I would rather go to a barber shop than a hair salon that caters to both men and women. Example 2. Specializing in female business coaching. Women would rather choose you over me. Example 3. Specializing in providing legal counsel to import-export companies. You will have the upper hand over other general law firms. Example 4. Specializing in teaching swimming to autistic children. When you have a niche for a specific group of people, you already have a competitive advantage over companies offering similar products and services to that group. Do you have any differentiation, creativity in your packaging? You can make a difference in packaging such as style, color, naming, size, etc. Coca-Cola is one of the prime examples of creativity. When the soft drink inside could not be changed, they came up with a variety of packaging options to outdo rival PepsiCo. Each of the following packaging designs has brought Coca-Cola significant success after the product launch. The key here is constant change, as people are drawn to the newer. Coca-Cola is often the leader in packaging changes. A piece of paper draped over the lid. The label is better designed. The sedge rope is tied around the jar's neck. Are the ingredients, origins, or ways of making your products different from those of others? Example 1. A hair salon that only uses 100% Italian-made chemicals, which are of higher quality within that range. Example 2. EMPOWER.VN, a business training and consulting company partnering with Swiss Create, Switzerland. Is your distribution channel and how you distribute distinctive? Do you have exclusive distribution anywhere? Is your distribution different? Example, Tiki's way of shipping goods to buyers in 2 hours has set it apart from other e-commerce platforms. Are your customer service and warranty policies better than those of other companies? Example, renew after 30 days, refund if not satisfied. These are a little out of date, but they are still relevant. Perhaps you must always come up with something newer and better, or you will not see this as a competitive advantage. 6. What are your main activities? A business's core performance also reveals its expertise and can be a significant competitive advantage. Example, a company whose primary activity is to assist with study abroad counseling in the United Kingdom will have an advantage over a consulting company that offers everything you need. Note, the service industry is a balancing act. Sometimes specialization is required, but diversity can also provide a competitive advantage. 7. Is there anything special about the range of your product? In contrast to point 6, you can use your diversity as a competitive advantage when serving customers who prefer variety. Example, we have a lot of options for studying abroad, not just in the UK, but also in Germany, France, and the United States. 8. What are your key resources? Anything unique? Example, Empower's main resource is a network of mentors and consultants. This is a great competitive advantage over other training companies because we not only train, but also consult with businesses. 9. Do you have any prestigious partners with whom you can form a brand association? Branding is a key to success. Do you have any significant partners? Can you co-brand with them? Using a brand can often help a small business compete with larger ones. Example, Empower is a parallel brand to Swiss Create, Switzerland. For 10, does your business have a meaning and community impact? Example, One of our students is the director of a transportation company. This company is more than just a transportation service. It helps people with a history of drug addiction reintegrate into the community by restoring their dignity and rehabilitating them to work. 11. Is there anything special about your reliability and longevity? Example, a homeschooling center with 10 years of experience and the trust of demanding people, such as embassies, will carry far more weight than new centers opening in the same industry. 12. Is there anything special about your maintenance and warranty policy? Example, ASUS used to be at the forefront of the 2-year home warranty policy for laptops, allowing ASUS to grow far ahead before others followed. 13. Price. This is usually a big competition among the sharks, large corporations in the industry. They are willing to burn money in order to outperform competitors, even if it means incurring losses. The battle of the technology car companies in Vietnam from 2014 to 2019 is a typical example. When Uber, Grab, Bee, and GoViet were new, the ones with the most money to maintain customer habits through promotions for the longest period of time won. Summary 1. Stay competitive by adding value. Compete by lowering prices only to serve short-term goals, such as gaining market share or attracting potential customers. 2. Always be aware of your USPs to compete. Use 13 suggestive questions to find your USPs. Focus on the USPs to create specialization. 2 actions to take right now. 1. List your competitors. 2. Identify and sharpen your USPs to compete using them.